What's going on, fam? It's Entertainment Motivated Educate Lucky Murray back with another Gamecock news update. Real quick video. Today I want to talk about. I read an article. Can South Carolina recruit simply South Carolina, Georgia, and Florida, and become the team that they were back in the early 2010s? 11-win team for 2010 to 2014, 10 plus wins. Trip to the SEC championship game, SEC East champions, and competing for a SEC title those 4 years. I read an article on 247sports.com. I suggest that you go read it. But basically, it was saying, like, look, what does South Carolina need to do in order to tackle the recruiting trail? And they talked about how North Carolina has put a lockdown on the state with Mack Brown and the boys down there. And it also talked about how the difference between now and 2010 was that Clemson and Georgia is pretty much getting anybody want to sign. You know, Clemson and Georgia are top 10, top 5 in recruiting every year. So will that formula work? And they said no, and I agree 100%. North Carolina with Mack Brown is completely shutting out North Carolina talent. Anybody that is from North Carolina that would possibly come to South Carolina a few years ago, now the Tar Heels are looking like a pretty good destination. I think us and the Tar Heels are kind of in the same, but they may be a little better than us right now when it comes to their program. I think when we played them 2 years ago, we should have beat them. We should have beat North Carolina, but unfortunately that didn't happen. That's the game that Jake Bentley got hurt, and that's when the kind of wheels fell off for that program. For our program in 2019, 2020 was a joke. I see it like this: for us to really start getting quality recruits, Shane Beamer is going to have to think outside the box to really hit the nail on the head when it comes to evaluating talent. I don't think that you have to have a 4 or 5 star guys in order to turn your program around. Look at Mississippi State with Dan Mullen. I think that with the right guys, you can win. And the right system to fit the guys that you have, you can win. Do we have to go all the way to California to get talent? I don't think so. But I think that we can really benefit from getting, guys, the Florida guys, the Georgia guys, South Carolina guys. I think first and foremost, we got locked down our state. We got anybody that's not going to Clemson should go to South Carolina, and we should go toe to toe with the top guys in South Carolina. You think about the formula that worked back then. It was a lot of great talent, elite defensive talent to say the least. From South Carolina, we picked up, we snatched up, and we dominated the scene. The last few years, we did get a few Mr. South Carolinas as far as football, uh, like um, dang, I can't think right now. Quarterback, get the carry on Jonah. I couldn't think right now. The carry on Jonah. We also got Luke Doty, which was a Mr. South Carolina as well. It was a street that we had a bunch of Mr. South Carolinas. Some worked out, some didn't. One that comes to mind is Shaq Rowland, who played for us and was a Lexington standout, just didn't pan out at South Carolina. I have to do a video about him, what happened to Shaq Rowland. So I think that you lock down South Carolina guys. You go after those Georgia guys and Florida guys, but you also go for Virginia. You also get some North Carolina guys, Texas guys. And Texas is a huge state, man. I think that Tennessee. I mean, there are so many ways that you can recruit and guys that will be missed because you got to have an eye for talent, and I think that that's going to set this culture regime, apart from anybody else because they have to have a what's the word I'm looking for? A scouting eye. And once you start willing with three star, 2 stars, occasional 4 star, maybe a 5 star here and there, the 4 or 5s were coming. And best believe, man, just because you got 4 or 5 star guys, are you gonna win? Are you gonna go to playoffs every year? I don't know. Somebody like Georgia has a high standard. I think they should win the East, but where they get smacked around, where they lose a couple games, lose against Florida, stumble against us. I mean, it's a lot of things that can happen, but I think what South Carolina needs to do, man, we got to get creative with recruiting. We got to go after guys that fit our scheme, and not just go after name guys. Because let's face it, A lot of these top 100 guys out of high school, how many of them pan out in college? They may become transfer casualties. And the transfer portal, I'm kind of iffy about the transfer portal, guys. Let me know what you think about the transfer portal. I don't think that you should use it because there's a reason why this guy's in the transfer portal. You know what I'm saying? Like unless he's a top tier talent as far as quarterback, I wouldn't necessarily use him. You know what I'm saying? I just won't. But let me know what you think about the comment section below, man. Do you think that South Carolina need to go outside the traditional pipeline states that we have in order to get better recruits? Let me know what you think about the comment section below. Again, it's the entertainer, motivated, educator, Lucky Murray back with another Gamecock news update. Yes. As I'm watching these basketball games, about to go to sleep, man. I'm just reminiscing about the season, man, and what's going to happen. Let me know what you think about the comment section below. Like always, until next time, people.